Welcome back, everyone. I'm absolutely thrilled to have you here for today's explainer. We're going to dive into a really fascinating intersection between ancient Vedic traditions and energetic healing. Specifically, we are exploring the use of crystals for emotional well-being. We're taking a deep dive into how these natural stones are actually used to find emotional balance, calm a racing mind, and just reignite that sense of inner peace. So if you've ever been curious about how energetic healing actually works in practice, you are definitely in the right place. Have you ever woken up with this heavy feeling that you just can't quite explain? Millions of us silently battle depression and anxiety every single day, and the source material we're looking at today grounds itself in that very real emotional reality. Waking up with a heaviness or a restlessness that simply refuses to settle down. According to ancient healing traditions, the tools to help restore that emotional balance might actually be found right in the earth beneath our feet. So here's our roadmap for today. We're going to cover energy, anxiety, and depression, then look at 7 powerful healing crystals, followed by daily practices for healing, how to go about spotting genuine quality crystals, and wrap it all up with holistic support and conclusion. Let's jump right in. All right, Section 1, Energy, Anxiety, and Depression. What's really fascinating here is how the source material actually defines the root of these heavy emotions. From a spiritual perspective, anxiety and depression aren't just all in your head. They're viewed as energetic blockages within very specific centers of the body. Take a look at the 2 highlighted here, the Anahata or heart chakra and the Ajna or third eye chakra. The text explains that when these vital energetic centers are blocked, stagnant energy starts to accumulate. It's almost like a giant energetic traffic jam. And that stagnation is what ultimately manifests physically and emotionally as fear, profound sadness, overthinking, and just total emotional exhaustion. Now, you might be sitting there wondering, okay, but how on earth does a literal rock affect my anxiety? Well, the source notes that modern science actually confirms our nervous system responds to environmental frequencies. Crystals possess what are called piezoelectric and electromagnetic properties. Fun fact for you, this is the exact same technology used to keep precise time in quartz watches. Because of these really unique physical properties, crystals can positively influence our body's own bioelectric field. It is a fascinating look at how natural frequencies can interact with human energy. Moving on to Section 2, 7 Powerful Healing Crystals. Our guide highlights a core toolkit of 7 specific stones, and each one targets a very precise energetic need. We've got amethyst for the crown, bringing mental clarity, rose quartz for the heart, focusing on emotional healing, black tourmaline acts as this incredible energetic shield, labradorite activates the throat and third eye for inner strength and transformation, smoky quartz targets the root chakra to absorb stress, citrine lights up the solar plexus for joy, and surprisingly, it's one of the few crystals that never actually needs cleansing. And finally, clear quartz acts as the master healer, amplifying the energy of all the others. I want to pause for a second on rose quartz because the source material provides this incredibly powerful bilingual phrase. It says, "Jab andar se tu jao, rose quartz ki shakti aapko jodti hai." That translates beautifully to, when you break from inside, the power of rose quartz connects you back together. The crucial takeaway here is that depression often carries this really deep current of self-criticism and emotional wounding. Rose quartz is described as the ultimate stone of unconditional love. It gently dissolves grief and self-rejection, essentially replacing all that heavy, stagnant energy with warmth and self-compassion. Now, look at how the source brilliantly contrasts these next 2 stones based on the specific type of anxiety you're facing. If you're lying awake at night with racing thoughts, amethyst is your go-to for quieting that internal mental storm. But conversely, sometimes your anxiety isn't internal at all. It's actually absorbed from other people's negative energy or even electromagnetic stress from your devices. That's exactly where black tourmaline comes in. It provides external protection, creating a sort of shield around your aura to block out that external noise. It's a really smart way to build a personalized toolkit depending on your specific environment. Section 3, Daily Practices for Healing. So how do we actually observe this energy in our day-to-day lives? First off, if you wear crystal bracelets, you should explicitly wear them on your left wrist, because the left hand is known as the receiving hand, allowing you to constantly absorb that energy. You can also actively hold them during breath work or prayer to really amplify your intentions. For passive healing, just slip an amethyst or rose quartz right under your pillow to soothe your subconscious while you sleep. And for a much deeper practice, you can even arrange multiple stones into a 21-day crystal grid in your workspace to maximize their effect. The text also gives us this super actionable, condensed daily meditation. It literally only takes about 10 to 15 minutes. Step 1 includes a vital pro tip. Sit quietly and hold the crystal in your hands for 30 seconds first. This physically activates the stone and connects it to your personal energy field. Then, step 2, take 7 deep breaths, inhaling for 4 counts, holding for 4, and exhaling for 8, which is great for activating your parasympathetic nervous system. Step 3, visualize a soft healing light radiating from the stone directly into your heart chakra. Step 4, silently repeat your intention. I am safe, I am calm, I release what does not serve me. And finally, step 5, just sit in silence for 5 minutes and let the energy do its work. Moving to section 4, spotting genuine quality crystals. This is absolutely crucial. The healing crystal market, especially in India, as the source points out, can unfortunately be flooded with dyed glass and plastic fakes. So, how do you know you've got the real deal? First, always look for AA or AAA quality, which ensures the highest vibrational frequency. Second, and I love this practical test, genuine crystals are cool to the touch. If you hold it and it warms up super quickly in your hand, it's probably glass. Third, perfectly clear stones are actually a bit suspicious. You want to look for natural inclusions or little imperfections. And finally, make sure you're buying from a seller who pre-cleanses and energizes the stones, so they are fully ready to work the second they reach you. And finally, section 5, holistic support and conclusion. Now, here is a really crucial caveat, and the text is deeply empathetic, but very strict about this. Crystals absolutely do not replace professional mental health treatment. If you are experiencing severe depression or anxiety, the source insists that you must consult a qualified mental health professional. Crystals are meant to be powerful, complementary daily wellness supports within a broader, holistic approach. They work alongside your medical care, not instead of it. It's also super important that we manage our expectations regarding a healing timeline. This isn't some instant magic fix. It takes about 1 minute to simply hold the crystal and activate it with your intention. Within 1 day, a lot of people do report an immediate sense of calm just from connecting with a genuine stone. However, the deeper emotional shifts typically take about 21 days of consistent use to really emerge, and by 40 days, you've established a robust, long-term wellness practice. Consistency and clear intentions are definitely the absolute keys to success here over time. Which leaves us with a pretty provocative question. Are you ready to connect with millions of years of Earth's energy to support your emotional journey? The source reminds us that when you hold a genuine healing crystal, you're literally tapping into a frequency that is older and deeper than any stress you currently carry. Whether you start with amethyst for anxiety or rose quartz for heartbreak, the most important step is simply taking that first one. Trust the process, be consistent, and, above all, stay curious. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Keep exploring, and I'll catch you in the next one.